Hi kids. Okay, I'm at Jabez Howland's house. It was built in 1667 and it's the only house left from the Pilgrims. And it is right up the street from the water. Well, unfortunately, they have a season here and it's closed. Everything opens April 10th. So I missed it by a little bit. So here's some gardens. I'm sure he didn't build those stairs, but you never know. And then what I noticed on the, so these are called shingles. And a lot of us used to have them on our roofs when we were young. They're just made out of wood and trees. But look down there. So that would be the basement. And that would stay cold. So they would, that was like their refrigerator. Because it gets really cold here. Today happens to be a beautiful day. So they would have little windows down there, but that's where they would store things that needed to stay cool. Like meat, things like that. Mostly the Pilgrims ate fresh vegetables. They grew their own food. These would, let's see what these would be. Okay, well now it has a mailbox. It didn't back then because nobody wrote letters. Okay, and here's what the doorknob would have looked like. That's pretty cool. You know, they didn't have bad guys. They didn't have glass in their windows back then either. And this is what the front porch would have looked like. So I actually kind of think this is the front of the house. It would have just been rocks to wipe your feet on. And then rock stairs. They had to use what they could find in nature because they didn't have stores. So these are just storage units now, made to show us what it would have looked like. This is actually a pretty big house, if you ask me, for back in the day, but they did have like 11 kids, 12 kids back then, because they needed help farming, and all of this would have been farmland, which is now houses. People live here. People live right behind this Jabez Howland house. It looks nothing like California, guys. They have huge yards with no fences, and nothing happens. Nothing. Like, these people have a fence just here, but otherwise the yards go together. That's their house and yard. Anyways, here it is. The Jabez Howland house. Oh my gosh, it's really exciting.